Hey everyone, welcome back to Elemental Cartomancy. I am coming on today to do a walkthrough of the Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot. So this is the Cthulhu Dark Arts Tarot and it's based on the world of H.P. Lovecraft. So if you're familiar with the H.P. Lovecraft stories, then this is one to check out. Complete 78 card deck and reading guide. Um, and it is developed by BRAGELONNE Games. Artwork is by Fortifem. Author Maxine Ledan, and designed by Francois Vessin. Okay, um, it's a sturdy box, two-part box. What do we get with it? So inside the box, we're getting this book. Now the book, it gives minimal info on the cards themselves. It does give quite a good bit of information on spreads. On how to reading methods, etc. But I'm finding, the information that we get on the cards, you can see it here, you're just getting like keywords and stuff. And same with the majors, you get a wee bit more. But given that this is based off the stories of H.P. Lovecraft, I don't know the stories well enough to know, oh, this is that character, etc., etc. So it would have been nice if there was a more detailed guidebook that tells you, on the full, this is where the inspirations come from, etc., etc. But we don't have that. As far as I'm aware, there isn't a book that does that. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. The cards are pretty massive. Um, so if I compare them to a standard Smithwaite size card, so this is what we're looking at. So you can see they're more and closely in line with like your Visconti Sforza types, size decks. Um, the card stock is okay. It seems pretty standard card stock. I think for the fact that it's bigger cards, it does feel maybe a smidge flimsier, just because the cards are bigger. But it's just kind of the way that it is. It's going to shuffle nicely, I think. Long ways. I don't have hands big enough, to shuffle it this way. And we'll see later on how it riffle shuffles. Um, let's get zoomed in a wee bit more. And let's have a flip through the cards. So we're starting off with a full. This is a pip deck, by the way, as we'll see when we come to the minors. And sorry, here's the back of the cards, which is quite cool. I do love the artwork. I just wish that I knew where it was coming from. The Tree of Life and the Emperor card, that's quite cool. Hydrant card's a bit weird. The Hermit's actually standing in the cauldron. And if you look at his face, he looks a wee bit unhinged. Quite scary looking Hermit. I like the Wheel of Fortune. It appears pretty standard. There is a woman being impaled in the middle, mind you, which isn't something you see every day, but nice card. tower's quite cool. I love the star card. I love the kind of a colours, just the way that it looks like the light's hitting it. And I love that we can see a burning tower in the background. Now it's not the tower from the tower card, um, but I do like that we see that in the background because the star does come after the tower. It's the kind of a period of healing that comes after that, you know, the upheaval of the tower. So yeah, I do like the way that they've done this. The moon is, I don't know if you can see that very well. It's like a maze. See there. I think that's pretty cool. And the tree wrapping around it. And everything, do you see how everything's kind of going all warped? I do think that's a stunning card. Sun, Judgment, and our world. So as I say, this is a pip deck, so I'm going to go pretty fast through the minors, at least the pip cards. So we've got the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups. Obviously, if you want to see these in more detail, you can kind of a pause and whatnot. I hate when cards do that when they move of their own volition. Okay, so we've got a Page of Cups, a Knight of Cups, holding this beheaded body, and apparently wearing the head on his chest. Queen of Cups, and the King. Pentacles. This is quite a nice looking card. It's quite bright and almost joyous, happy looking. Just in comparison to some of the darker images that we see on the other cards. I like the Page of Pentacles. It's a strange looking beast for the King. Okay, Sword Suit. 2, 3. Page of Swords, and the moon has the face in it in the back. And last but not least, we have the Wands suit. page. See the floating ship in the sky in the background. Knight riding a zebra. Queen. And the king. Okay, so in terms of shuffling, these cards are really difficult to shuffle. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever met a deck that I couldn't riffle shuffle until now. Just the sheer size of them. Now, I've had big decks before, but I've always been able to riffle them sideways like that. Of course, I just managed to do it, but it's like hit and miss. It's like, and I can't get a good riffle on it. It's very chunky. And doing it a long ways just doesn't seem to be working for me. Um, so I'm having to do the kind of a overhand this long way. Um, so yeah, quite difficult to shuffle. What I'll maybe do, I want to pull some cards from it just to kind of let you see it in action. What I'll maybe do is I'll spread the cards like this, and we can select them that way. So let's just think, what do the cards want to tell us? Random message from the cards for us. So let's see, we'll go for here, for this, and we'll go for this. Okay, okay, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Four of Pentacles. To me, this is a message. Sorry, let's get them all on the screen. This message is about waiting, the value of waiting, and perhaps not particularly going out of your way to take any action. All quite quite passive cards. The Seven of Pentacles, for me, it talks about the value of waiting until something is ready. Waiting until the time is right to go about doing whatever it is that you want to do. The High Priestess, the value of silence, the value of not necessarily getting actively involved, but rather just sitting back and waiting. Um, card sevens are like where you kind of a problem solver, where you branch out. When you grow from that stable place. So you've kind of got yourself into a comfort zone with the six. That harmony. The seven is where you push outside of that, and there's a lot of growth and a lot of learning that comes from that. And next to that, we've got the High Priestess, who is like all of the knowledge in the world, the epitome of all of that, embodied in a card. So the value of really kind of a stepping back and learning, whatever it is that we've got to learn, and the stability that that can bring us, and coming out in the end with the four, the confidence and the validation that we get from it. So lots more to learn, I think. I think this maybe it could just be a message to me about working with this deck, you know, perhaps the value in gathering more information. I do, like I said, I do really want to know about all of the artwork and the characters that are depicted. I've got a big book of H.P. Lovecraft stories, so I do. So maybe I need to do a bit of reading of the stories before I read with the deck. But quite a nice reading that's come out. You get to see some of the pip cards and the obviously the fully illustrated High Priestess. Um, so yeah, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye guys.